In my culture, I am not supposed to touch a grown-up girl. Yeah, because there are areas which should not even touch me. Now you want us to do kind of a wrestling with them? No. We are saying no, we cannot. If I am the father of a girl and you bring her in my home at midnight, I would cut you with a panga. Because don't you have places they wonder, why don't you bring them during the day? Mm-hmm. So they called Archbishop Gitari, he was a bishop. And Gitari told him what the student is saying is right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at night, you know things can happen. So I went. But the panel decided I should not be ordained.
Hello, good people. Susie Dadem, living positively regardless. Doesn't matter the point at which you are in life, but we rock positivity all the way. Wish to come and give us your story. If you have some kind of knowledge and skill that you would wish to share with the world, don't hesitate to come here at Susie Dadem. You can call us. This is our contact down here. Call us and we'll be able to give you the opportunity. On Facebook, Susie Dadem. You can go there and just text me, send me a message, and tell me you'd wish to share whatever it is, and we will give you the platform. Oh, yes.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm glad that you are watching and that we are here together. So I'm here today. My name is Kabiro Wagatumo. I'm an Anglican priest and a professor at St. Paul University. So if our titles are anything to go by, you refer to me as the Reverend Professor Kabiro Wagatumo.
And good people, I hope you've watched part 1 and part 2 of this testimony. We've already aired the 2 parts, and now we come to the final and the third part of Professor's testimony. In this one, he shares with us how he became a pastor, a reverend in the Anglican Church of Kenya. And so we continue to hear the last part of this testimony.
When I came back now to Giriambu Primary School, there is the vicar of the parish. Then we went for a youth conference. It was a seminar, a one-day seminar. So in the morning, you know, I'm active, I'm known. Then after the lunch break, those days there was nothing and we had no money to go and drink. To eat chai and toast. That was the food of chai and mandazi. Mm-hmm. We went to pray with the other boys who are not part of Anglican church, but they are just within. And you know how boys pray is just listening. So the vicar came and stopped his vehicle and said, you are in church and you are fighting. We are trying to tell him you are not fighting. And he insisted we are fighting. The straw that broke the camel back came when we went back to the afternoon session. He made me stand.
Oh my. Mm-hmm.
Stand up. I stood. And he was from Bere. And he told the others, don't be like that uncircumcised boy. He comes to church and fighting. When he paid that, I walked out. For 14 years, I never went to church.
Oh.
For 14 years, I never went to church. I went to church for my wedding. Then after the wedding, I went again after 3 years for the baptism of my daughter, who I told you she followed you. Yeah. But then in 1988, the retired Bishop of Meru, they were in the same time with your husband in Kabare, was posted now as the vicar.
Okay.
But those days, my father was the vice chairman. And when they need the missionaries, I am the one who drive his vehicle, pick them wherever they are, bring them to the parish center. And the vicar, Bishop Mwendwa, saw something in me. He started following me. He would come to the Shamba coffee plantation. Stay with me an hour. Whatever I'm doing is doing there. Teaching me how. Then he left and told me, tafuta Yesu pole pole. Now, during that time now, when we married, my wife continuing being a member of the youth, I'm not going to church. Then one time she came and told me, I'm not asking, I'm telling you, write a pray for us. Write a pray for us because we have youth competitions and we need a prayer that I know you can write. Well, even without going to church, I had a good knowledge of the Bible. By the way, I got a diploma through correspondence in standard when I was in 7 from Every Home Crusade or Every Home Evangelism. Mm-hmm. It was just Bible. We do through correspondence. They lending material, what they are calling distance learning now. Mm-hmm. So I knew the Bible. So I went, Romans chapter 1, verse 18 to 32. I read the passage. Then I made a prayer, the guilty of mankind. And I created a character known as Karega, the one who refuses. The plot is that Karega, they are two sons, a boy and a child of their father and mother. The sister life has not been kind for her. She has 4 children from 4 different fathers, and including one from a pastor. And now this Karega wants to kill the sister and the children so that the whole inheritance would be his. So that was the plot. So when I went to introduce the prayer, I found there were no enough actors. And I said, yeah, since I love acting, I will act. So I acted to the father of Karega. My late wife acted as the mother of Karega. Now, during the drama competition now, the adjudicator saw he never ever saw any anger enacted in the way I enacted it. Because this Karega, I'm trying to tell him why he should listen and let our sister live, why material things don't make life, but he never listened. But out of that anger, I was voted the best actor. But then, me, I know God speaks because God spoke to me. Just like the experience of Jonah, when he never wanted to go to preach in Nineveh, and then the people repented, he felt angry, why didn't you finish them? Then God, it was scorched, there was a lot of sun, it had burnt him. Then God grew up a shelter for him, then sent a worm, and Jonah became angry. Why do you get angry? Just because a worm has eaten this tree. How about? So God asked, you are so angry by your stage son. And even the adjudicator said, how do you think you call me your father? I'm angry about you when you know the truth and you don't give God the... Wow. So I just kept quiet and I thought, But it kept on coming. It kept on coming. Mm-hmm. It kept on coming. And the reason why now, even before that, I was feeling now I should give. I should come back. So it was through conflict. I think now I should come back. But then, from that time now, when we finished Form 4, we did the exam 29th October. Up to 8th of January 1986, there is no single day I slept without drinking alcohol. Even a single day. So what happened in that 1986? It's another very long story. My father began business with his friend in 1955. But my father was a person who, when he trusts you, that's all. So this guy is the one who was keeping all the monies and everything. Then at a certain time, my father now, he was in business. Even during when we were in the village, the reason why he could not have even be there because he was all over in business from that time. So there is a point he was admitted to hospital. And of course, he could drink, but he was the best guy when he got drunk. He was the best. He was the best. Not that people drink and they get violent. He would come and ask me, Kabiro, why do you laugh like that? Do you want 100? I said, yes. Then I'm giving 100. But I knew you ask what I did with it. I would go and buy a trouser and a shirt. Then the other balance, I keep it in my pocket. So he was the most, you would be happy to be with him at that point. He was so exciting, storytelling, and very happy. And he could not drink much, so he'd go in and bar and say, what is my name? That's kind of generosity.
Okay.
So he was not violent or anything. So at a certain time, he was taken to hospital and he was asked, Mzee, unavuta sigara? Akasema kidogo kidogo. He didn't know how to smoke, but he was trying sometimes to hide himself and try to do it. Then he was told, stop those things. So that's how he stopped. And then he started realizing there is somebody who has never done the financial auditing since they began business. So he started demanding. So these guys thought I am the one who is inciting him. And so the best thing was to kill me.
Oh my.
Was to kill me. First, there's somebody who was working in their building, a crab. He's the one who was used. He started attacking me for nothing. He bit me this finger.
Oh my goodness. Teeth.
Yes, with the teeth. Yeah. You know, stop abusing me. Then he grabbed my hand and put it there on the mouth. I never wanted to hit him, but I realized when I had pain now, I thought, hey, this is too much. So I had to free myself. But it was bad. Then, after a month, but actually there are people who are trying to get me. But they would come and they couldn't. Even if they come as many as they were, I could fight them and I would. But I was taekwondo. I did well in school. Even right now, even with my age, I don't think you can cut me when I'm watching you, when I'm looking at you. No. Now, one time, they had tried all their ways, but that night it was said they must get me. If they don't get me, they come home. So it would have been terrorized me and my family, everybody. So each possible way I could have gone home. I knew where they were and I could hide myself and just go home. There were 8 people waiting for me. About 3 possible routes. But I had a football injury, so I was limping. So going home with some friends, teachers, Kiamuto boys there. As we were walking, I stopped. I wanted it's at night to relieve myself. So as I was leaving to catch up with them, I saw a flashlight straight on my eyes. And then all of a sudden, somebody hit me from behind. People around, they said, you only fall down, I'm not falling down. Now, then I had a movement in the air. And I knew that was what. There's a way I could block it. But then, because I could not see miscalculation, this is what.
Oh my goodness.
This finger cannot hold. It was cut. I told him, you have cut once, you'll not cut me again.
Oh my.
But I thank God because it is not me. Actually, it is God. So in the struggle for the 8 people, I could throw punches, but you see, I have
You're limping already.
My leg is weak. This other one hand. So I'm left with only this one hand. evading the swords they are throwing. Then I hit one, he falls down, he wakes up and runs away. So you are left with the person who was touching. So now for him to remove a sword, he had to remove the touch from my eyesight, but my eyes had gotten used to it. So I saw him, he removed the sword, and so he went then to cut me here. But I did a somersault. It slipped. It cut just here at the nose. But because he missed the target, when he was falling down, I was coming up, I held him with my hand.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I was planning, how do I put him here? Under this bad leg, even got here, I would have killed him. But then, I don't know where he removed the knife. If you look here, there is a scar which is here. He stabbed me here and here.
Oh my goodness. You
So
were
I
meant
just,
to die.
yes, I let him, he ran away. Then the teachers had come. My brother, we stay with him, he has not been feeling well for the last 4 years. He was in Kiamutogo Boys. So they were told, go home. They went and called a friend. They went home, took my father's car and came. My mother was told, no, don't come. I said, no, I'm going. So they came. I was taken to, of course, we have to pass through Kenyaga police station. They took us an hour before they gave us sometimes police know what is happening.
Mhm.
Then in the car, I felt I was getting dry, asked for water. If I never drank that water, I would have died. They poured the illicit brew and water was put in a 5 liter. I drank it all. I was taken to Kerugoya Hospital. I remember it was on 22nd October, and the Nairobi show was the following day. The doctor who was on emergency said, no, I can't come. I'm going to Nairobi show tomorrow.
Oh.
So I slept. My father is the one who came and he was coming to see whether I'm alive. There's a doctor now. Actually, he's a gynecologist. He's the one who came. And he started switching this hand from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. You stitch it and tell me move the fingers. They could not move. When they moved, even the stick just disappeared and we started talking. So the hand was, and then I stayed for some time. And I went. This was happening because when this guy bit me my finger, I took him to court.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Then some people, I don't know what was happening, heard about it. There are some two cousins who say they are the one who revenged, but they were just like my brother, they wanted money. Other people attacked him. So when in court, he is being told by his advocate to remove the hand. And I said, no, I don't know. So the case continued. Now, where I said it was kind of coming back through conflict,
Mm-hmm.
now the church came. That is even before the drama now. The church came to pray for me at home.
Uh-huh.
I felt really bad. Why should I be in this kind of condition? So that happened now. So it is now, immediately after that, I made that drama.
Mm-hmm.
And we won. Now, we continue presenting it until the last point we could have not gone anywhere, up to the diocesan level. Mm-hmm. So there was a Sunday now, we were to act for the church. Now, I went after doing the rehearsals and directing the prayer, whatever would happen. Now I went to do my usual thing, to drink my drinks. I had over 10 bottles of beer. There is no time I left a bar without leaving extra beer bottles which have not been drunk. So that day, something, I don't know what happened. Some people we had collided with, we reconciled. And as I was leaving that bar, I had no even single bottle because I was saying, now when I give my life to Christ at this, when I come back, actually I was not giving back my life to Christ. I was just coming back home. Who will drink this? And I want to leave it. So that day, everything ended. Now, as I was walking home, midnight, that God's voice came. Now, you are so annoyed by your stage son. How do you think I feel about you? I tried, I stopped, I cried, I tried everything for 2 hours. Until I said, yes, I have to come back.
Wow.
So I went home. I reached home at 3. Woke up my father and my mother, told them what has happened, then took Tendereza at night. Now, surprise was in the morning. We have gone to church. It was Saturday. Of course, I have to stand up and introduce when the time for the youth to entertain. So I woke up as usual. My name is, and Jesus Christ is Lord and my Savior. People say, yeah.
Even your wife is.
No, she knows.
Okay, she was.
Yes, of course. I found her home. She was in bed together because she also woke up when she had. Yeah. So I said, last night, as I was leaving the bar, that's when we met with God, and this is our discussion. And so here I am.
Wow.
So we did the prayer and everything was okay. Now from there, the Vicar, who told me after you spoke Pole, it was in August. September, I was in a preaching program. Yeah. The first sermon I preached I was basing it on naturalization, that you can be a person from other citizen, but you can become a Kenya citizen. So that is a kind of being transformed from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of the Son. So that's the first sermon I preached. Then, all of a sudden, no, you should go to Bible college. But I said, no, I don't want to be ordained. So I started writing letters to Canon Moses Joroge. You have met him?
No.
No.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
And he never replied any of the letters. But we said, okay, wait, we shall see what we shall do. And then one day, I was the youth leader now in the church. And there was a charge, weekend charge at St. Andrews College. So we went. We were invited. We went with the youth. And that is when now Henry Gadi, who was the Bishop of Embu, preached Colossians 3:1. If you are risen with Christ, seek ye the things that are above. And as he was preaching, he said, some people don't even want to go for the ministry because of what they are doing. They don't want to leave their work. So that is when I made my decision to go. So I went. I came home, I told my father, he said, okay, no problem. During the interview we did a very serious interview. We would go there, we spent at Kabare 3 days, do an oral interview, a written interview, and there was another kind of. So in all those interviews, I was the one on top. So when we came for the interview now, facing to join. So I was asked, when we look at your certificates, you did pass very well in your O levels, but here you did extremely very well. What happened? So I just said the truth. During those days, I was only in class for 7 weeks. I was under suspension. The same person who had said he was a bishop then, that don't be like that uncircumcised boy, the college chairman, said, no, this one might bring
issues, yeah.
Not issues, he might make Clegy riot. So it was decided I'm not going.
Oh my. Your past is now catching up with you.
It was decided I'm not going. Now, that is when the diocese of Mount Kenya East was being subdivided. Kirinyaga, Embu. But because my decision is not yet made, it was decided, send the letters to the people of Embu, wait for the letter of the Kirinyaga people, wait. But you see now, our parish was Jokini Parish, PO Box 1107 Embu. So my letter was sent as an Embu person. Yeah. They realized when the letter was sent and they told the driver, go and retrace it. But he refused. Then they wrote another letter. The vicar received the two letters the same day. So he read the first one and he said, I've been invited. The other one is telling him not to tell me to come. So, and I was a member of parish council at that time. So they said, hey, parish council, there's something I want to tell you about this member, so you have to walk out. So he told them he has been admitted at St. Andrew's Kabare. Oh, thank you very much. We have been praying about it. But then another letter came that you should not go. So don't even consider it. You have not received it.
Not received that.
You have not received it. So then there was a tutor there. From that, we were in the same parish then. Venerable Titus Ngodo. And then he came, because you like going to church, don't go to church on Sunday at Kabare, Kabiro. That's where the bishop was going. Because they are waiting for you there to tell you not to come. So I didn't. Now, there is also another thing now. When I see how God has been working all my life. So, Kabare, we had to go in January. But the syllabus changed. Because January was certificate, we were beginning to do the St. Paul's diploma in September. Now, when this hand was cut that night, when it healed, to show people I'm okay, I went back to work when it was not completely healed.
Okay.
Then it started aching. So the only thing I could do was call people, take them to the farm. We had several farms, Kemutuku, Mbiri, Kajo. I would take them there. But I carried the two things. Now I'm back. Bible and commentary. I made a lot of notes, which I have handwritten even today. So when they were asking questions about justification by faith for our interview in the to go to college, I could answer exactly very well because I had the book. Now the hand is aching. And we shall go to college in September. Do you know, I prayed one night, God, if you really want me to go, give me a job to do. I'm tired of just taking food to the farm, sit there without doing anything. And there is no temple in the farm. So I'm reading, sitting in the car, you read, and you need to pick up. So you just sit in front, you read, you write, you get tired, you sleep. So the following day after that night, I remember it was on a Tuesday. I told one of the workers there, was my cousin, that a friend of mine was building a house. So I'm going there. If anybody asks for me, that's where I am. After now, I saw him come learning. He said, hey, your sister has come from Nairobi. He has come for you. You should go to Nairobi. Okay, we went home. I said, hey, there is a job vacancy you are supposed we got today because tomorrow you are going for an interview. A job I have never even applied for. We went. The following day I went. And the interview, when will you begin? I said tomorrow. Because it was on 28th of February. Tomorrow was 1st of March. Then one thing happened. It was an international labor organization project. It was known as Assistance to Business Creation, calling it ABC. So the project manager told me, where are you staying? I told him in Buruburu. Said, because I'm in Mirimani Hotel. She was from Philippines. I have not known how to drive in Nairobi. So you will come and pick me so that you drive with you to work. So when I went to the hotel, she told me, go. She gave me money, 500 shillings, to go and fuel the vehicle. Then when I came back, I gave her a change of 170. Because the full tank was 300 at that then.
Oh my goodness. I want to go back to those days.
300 and that. Mm-hmm. And she asked me, is the tank full? I said, yes. I said, okay. When you are going, in the afternoon when taking, she told me, I want you to be in charge of this vehicle. And when the fuel will be, you need another full tank, I want you come, I give you money. But it is you who will be in charge of that vehicle. Mm-hmm. So after a month, I went back and she gave me 500. This time, because there were more fuel, it was 300. I gave her 200. And then she told me, you know what? There are some people who have been stealing from me. Because the guy who was there before you, they told me that the full tank was 500 shillings. And then in the office, it was meant I'm the one in charge of all the vehicles. Nobody else will fuel them. That brought me a lot of problems because the administrative assistant was the accountant and the driver were the ones. And this guy is earning 18,000 shillings in 1990 and he's stealing 200. Mm-hmm. So that brought a lot of problems. Now the issue is, you see now, I understood God, here you are, give me something to do. And it has. Actually, the day I prayed, the third day I was working. Mm-hmm. Wow. My first salary was, we were being paid in US dollars, then 3,999 and 25 cents. But the issue was now in June, telling them I'm resigning and giving notice because I'm going to college, 3 months notice because September, August will be my last working day. The problem was my father-in-law was from the East African revival. I said, now, why do you want to go to Kabare again and there's a job you want there? I said, no, Kabare is not a job. But the salary will be done from September. I was to be paid 12K every month. So people thought I was mad. How would you live? 12,000. Mm-hmm. And I studied 3 years diploma and the first salary now as a clergy was 2,320.
Did you feel like you made the wrong decision?
No. There was no point I felt I made the wrong decision. How can you make a wrong decision? You have prayed to God and you have told him, I want to work for 6 months. And then you stay there. Huh? Even my sister, she says now, hey, it's something that I never told you. I was feeling very bad when you were leaving that job. But they say, I think God was with you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then we went and studied. We used to preach and we are evaluated as students. Then we realized that, you'd have done something in Kabare when you were first year, then they would deny you ordination because they will remind it to you during the last day. So when I was preaching, I said now, and I was preaching from Hebrews 2, that who is man? And then the man is Jesus. That's what Hebrews interprets Psalms number 8. Because he's the one who takes his children to God. So now you people, you are teaching us here. We are human beings and we are weak. The most important thing you can do is, if I make a mistake, tell me now. Don't keep it for 3 years. I won't even remember. But you said you always monitor us with remote control. Why don't you be like Jesus and take us for the glory of Christ? From that time, they began a mid-evaluation every last day. Mm-hmm. Now the problem came when we were finishing. There was a kind of a scandal at Kabare, a serious one, because there were some girls on through a training on Secretariat. They were caught there. They were saying to have brought boys in the school and they had brought traditional liquor.
Oh my.
But the date the principal wrote was the wrong date on the letter for suspension. So the girls felt we have evidence, we didn't do it in this day. And they were told they were expelled, but they refused to go. Then on Sunday, the wife of Mzungu Ben Nainton, who was the deputy principal, came and found one of them in the dining hall and asked him, "What are you doing here?" And the girl screamed. And this, she had a mental problem. The lady went to the husband, this is what has happened. He was the acting principal then. Then we were the student leaders. Come help us to get this girl, put them in the vehicle by force. I want to take them to their parents. I told him, Ben, you see, in my culture, I am not supposed to touch a grown-up girl. Yeah, because there are areas which should not even touch me. Now you want us to do kind of a wrestling with them? No. We are saying, no, we cannot. Karogaro was the chairman, he refused to go, so I went. I was the secretary general. No, we are not going to do that. So yes, and I told him, if I am the father of a girl and you bring her in my home at midnight, I would cut you with a panga. Because don't you have places they wonder, why don't you bring them during the day? Mm-hmm. So they called Archbishop Gitari, was a bishop. And Gitari told him what the student is saying is right. Let them stay, I'll come there tomorrow in the morning. Mm-hmm. So Gitari came, some of them were daughters of his friends, and they all met there. And the matter was resolved. Okay, they went, but in a good day. Now, when the parents came of these young girls, one was from Kamutogo anyway. So I was talking to them. Okay, now, let's be frank, that the German asked. Now tell me, there was a commotion at Kabare. Which Lord did you pray? Because we have been told that you are the ones who are helping the parents to look for a lawyer to take the college in court. I laughed. I said, the one who told you that is mad. Then, okay, tell us. I said, there's nothing I did. I only said they should not be taken home at night. Let them sleep, and then the archbishop, the bishop agreed with me. Let them stay there so that we can handle them during the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at night, things can happen. So I went. But the panel decided I should not be ordained. And they said, there's a time that day, the girls had refused to give them keys to go, because they were saying they have men in the room. Mm-hmm. But that night was being refunded, there was a kesha at St. Andrews. And there was a power failure. And then, the time the principal was told, he wrote the letter saying, last evening. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you see, they have witnesses. Mm-hmm. And so I said, you cannot. There is nothing you don't have, because you didn't research and do your investigations. And I told them, because if you don't know, even the one who caused the power failure is a student from theology. And I knew it was true. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because, there are people there with their funny character. Mm-hmm. He had his own plans. And the Loyal Air Force were there. Mm-hmm. They are the ones who are trying to improve the electricity work. And they knew where they had put where you can go and remove that. Mm-hmm. So I said, the problem is not with these girls. There are people who had the problem plans with them, and they are training to be pastors. So you have not done your investigation. So I said, I will not be ordained. And people from Embu, they knew when they were to be ordained, but people from Kenya, it was me and another guy from Masabit. So the principal called us on a Monday. And he told us, you people, you have not known your faith, but the bishop has not made a decision. You will know. So he was told, you go, but I want to be left with Kabiro and the other person. So you are left. And he said, there was a problem. And don't worry, please don't let this affect you, that you may not do your exam very well. I don't, hey, stop there. I'll pass it more than the others. There's nothing which is affecting me. Then the following day, there was that deputy principal. He was calling each and every one of us for farewell because we are finishing lunch individually. So the day I went, I asked him a question he never expected. I told him, you see, I was asked that in the examining chaplain that the Lord I prayed that I wanted to help the parents to have an advocate. Why did you think that? He just bent down and said, because we saw you talking to the parents. Okay, that. Am I the only one who talked with them? No. Then the principal said, you tell us on Wednesday. So Wednesday he called us. Again, he never said anything because the bishop has never agreed on what to do with us. But we were left with him. I said, but I have a question. Had you circulated any memo that we should not talk to the parents of these girls when they came to school? No. Do I have to ask permission to speak with the people? No. Then why did you think the way you thought? He could not answer. I said, okay, no problem. I went. Then the principal's secretary noted what was happening, and then he called the then retired Bishop Daniel Monene. He was the provost at Kerwe and told him, I imagine you are not ordaining Kabiro. He said, what? Has he become bad for the 1 year I've left there? Just he called Gitare. Then Gitare came there. And on Friday, I had a tradition those days. I kept my beard. I shaved them after we have done the exam. So that Friday was the final paper of the exam. So after the exam at 12, I would only be seen around Sakumi. Because I would go shave the hair, shave the beard. So when I shaved, they say, hey, you look young. The principal was also there. He was taking tea with us. And then he said, come. Oh, go and prepare for ordination. The bishop have okayed it.
Wow.
Go and prepare for ordination. Yeah. So that is it. So from there, we were posted. I was posted in a parish called Biloni in Meru. And still now assisting the Vicar, Charles Mwenda, who told me to look for Jesus Pole Pole. So we went there. The first week, we had a terrible accident. We were on a motorcycle, head-on collision with a Peugeot 504, the ones which were failing people for Nairobi. Head-on collision. I'm told people were saying that I jumped. I fell on the tarmac and a lorry behind us missed us with only a feet. It would have crushed my hand. Bishop Mondo was in hospital for 6 months. I only lived 1 week with a walking stick. So I was in charge of the parish. Because he was from August to December. He was hospitalized. The doctors were also surprised with his healing. Because he tells us they thought he would stay there for almost 2 years. But he said one morning he was praying and the house was full of all right. And then he had his leg pulled and it was a dislocation. Yeah. So an angel came and healed me.
Wow.
The following day was discharged. Yeah. So before I went to Mawa, you know what had happened? The Anglican Church was the distributor of the relief food. And the vicar was there and the DC. So anything which coming from the government stores, the vicar of Mawa wanted to sign so that they can reach other people. But they colluded with the DC. They give 2 fertilizers, lorries of fertilizer, they sell 1.
Corruption in church.
Yes, of course. So that's what. So when I went, he told me that's what's happening. So I arrived in Mawa on Saturday at 11:30 at night. So in the morning is when I called one of the readers in the call box. I'm here and the church is beginning at 7. You see what had happened when the secretary of the church knew what the DC and the Vicar are doing. And he wanted to be included in the group of eating, but they refused. So he broadcasted and people left the church. I was in Marua from January to September. August, we came for a synod, but I got sick. So I didn't even go for synod. But in the synod, it was decided I have to go to Rimuru for a degree. So I went back to Mawa to hand over.
That was the end of part 3. For now, bye.
Bye-bye.